I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
The Quran is mentioned, if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset, that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.
Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends, and time for good time. Now, as we announced before, that we are going to have a debate with a Turkish group, and I found out that they are from the Gülen movement. They call themselves the Himzet movement. I don't know if any of you is familiar with them. If you know the person in the picture, this guy is wanted by Turkey, and he is Abdul Fattah Gülen. He used to be the Sheikh of Erdogan himself, you know, as usual, the Muslims, they betray each other and they bite each other. Nothing new. So this group is from Abdullah Gülen group. And supposedly they are proud to be Muslims. And they promised me to come. Then they send me an email saying, please take the word, he's like he don't like the word sheikh. So we changed the title, hoping that will not make him have any objection. And then they send me another email saying that the guy who was going to come, he refused, and now they are calling to find somebody else to come. And then they start calling one after one, and every single one of them, and I guess after they've been taught who is the one they will debate with, they back down and they refuse to show up. What a brave Islamic party. I thought I'm going to witness today really true believers from the Himzet movement, who they are big by number, small by power, and they have no knowledge of Islam. And their Gülen, by the way, is really a terrorist, even though they say he is not. But this guy, you know, Erdogan is a terrorist. I mean, anyone who accepts the teaching of Muhammad, he is going to follow terrorism. But this guy is a truly terrorist, and he is protected by USA for a reason. Always USA and the West protect terrorists, nothing new. You know, I mean, he is the one behind the Islamization of Turkey and forcing hijab and kicking out anyone who don't believe in Islam from the army and all the, you know. So this is a, you know, like they say they are peaceful, but in fact they were trying to lead military movement and to conquer their neighbors. They want to attack Greece, they want to, etc. But today it's a very shameful day for those who they claim to be Muslims, that at least you made a promise, and actually you witness in the morning I said anyone will speak badly, we want to treat our guest with respect, right? You remember? The video is still there. And I said the admins will be watching the text. Anyone who says something silly or stupid, we will block him, just to be sure that they will not find an excuse to run away. Even though after all of this, still they run away. And here you ask yourself, why they will run away if they are right and they knew that they can win? Just a question. You know, I mean, if you are a person who have a religion and religion is strong and you know, Allah is inside in your side. I mean, this is the God you worship, he is in your side. So why, what the problem? You know, how you cannot even win? Isn't it the Quran says if 100 of you with patience can win against 2,000? You know, which means one from the Hemzet movement can win against 10 Christians, 20 Christians. Anyway, my Skype is open. If there is somebody is willing voluntarily to replace those, I want to call them cowards, sadly. I wanted to debate real men. It turned to be they are a bunch of potatoes and they don't even deserve to an announcement. And we told people we'll have debate. So if there is any Muslim who would like to take their place, my Skype right now is open. Just text me and I will be happy to take you. As you know how we stand about Islam, our stand about Islam. Islam is a silly, stupid religion and only foolish people believe in it. Let us see Skype. All right. We see nothing in Skype. We see previous text. You see, it doesn't matter really. I mean, I made a new Skype and we said to people, if you are a Christian, don't text me. And when we say Christian, they can call me. I mean, you do it only when we are asking you to call. But here we go. I just opened this account. I have like, I don't know, 500, 600 PM messages. And I would say, do we have any brave Muslim? He is not like the Himzat movement. The Himzat movement is not moving no more. The Himzat movement, it doesn't move. No need to call Mohammed. Why no need to call? Why? You are the same as Muhammad. No need to see Allah. No need to speak to Allah. Let us make myself a prophet. Huh? Did your prophet Muhammad speak to his God? I mean, your God, Muslims, are the most funny one ever. He speaks to everybody. Except Muhammad. The guy who make coffee, he speak to him. The guy who cleaned the bathroom, he speak to him. He speak to the Jews. He spoke to everybody except Muhammad. Why? I don't know. And the funny, they say that Muhammad is the most beloved person to Allah. I mean, he is the most beloved to Allah, yet Allah don't want to speak to him. I mean, do you see how much love that? Like, hey, Allah, do you love him? Yes, sure, a lot. But I don't want to see him. Why? Is he really so bad? I mean, what the... All right. Merit, he says, sorry, CP, but Himzat movement Imam. No, those are not trolling me. The one who asked for this was trying for a few months, and this is not a trolling. That's false. And actually, the person he agreed to speak in private, not the imam, the other person, the one who is trying to bring them, he agreed to speak in private only, not in public. So this is not a trolling. What is the issue with that? Who made that requirement? You know, Muhammad Billy. You see, if you are a messenger of Allah, shouldn't Allah send you? How you know that you are sent by Allah, not by somebody else? I receive a message right now in Skype. Somebody saying to me, I am the angel Jibreel, and I decide to send you as a prophet. How I will know that this is really an angel, and how I will know that this is not even shaitan? You're a prophet, he said, that shaitan, he came to him in the image of Jibreel. And his name is Al-Abyad. So it's proven according to Islam that shaitan, he can come as an angel. So how Muhammad can confirm that he is a messenger of the God, he called him Allah, if shaitan, he can come in the image of an angel? So what is the proof that Muhammad, he is a messenger of so-called Allah? Nothing. Say my name properly. Is a Bibli as a from label? Oh, you are from Bibli Hill. Okay. Sorry, I thought, you know. So what your name? Bibli? What is that? Bibli mean label? Bible? Darus Sahar? His name is the House of Magic. Yeah. So you have a God who told the Prophet, his name is Muhammad, that I open a Hura Butter school, and this is a proof that Muhammad is a prophet. You got a point, brother. Our friend here from Bibli Hill. What is that? In the Tower of Babylon. What is that? Allah, he opened a school there for a Hura Butter. And he sent two angels. One, his name is Harut, the other one, his name is Marut. And by the way, we served together in the military. Harut, I will not tell you about Harut. Man, this guy, when he fart, the smell is like hell. This is why they call him Harut, because when he fart, like he hurt you. You know, his fart really hurt. Like Harut is farting, hurt is coming. Everybody vomiting. It's like a, you know, like a gas weapon or something, you know, chemical weapon. Yeah, Mr. Bibli Hill. Anyway, do we have any real Muslim who have the courage and the knowledge to call us and tell us if the Himzat movement don't dare to speak to us, well, you are not a Himzat and you are not a movement. And Mr. Fathullah Gülen. I mean, look at the hypocrisy in this country. I mean, this guy, Erdogan is their friend. He is their best, actually, he is their best puppy. And now they are hiding this guy from Erdogan because Erdogan want to bite him. Do you know why they do that? So one day they will replace Erdogan with a new puppy. Yeah, this is what the West does, right? Yeah. Turkish Salafi? There is no Turkish Salafi. They are the majority of the Turkish are Sufi. There is nothing really called Salafi. Like, you know, is Erdogan a Salafi? Erdogan, you know, the nightclubs in Turkey is open, the drinking, the wine, the smoking. You know, when they ask his mufti, why you don't close the nightclub? He says, who is going to pay for our salary? The same Allah talked to every messenger? Really? Okay, hold on. Isn't it Allah in the Quran says he spoke to Moses? Isn't it the Quran says Allah spoke to Isa? Isn't it Allah he spoke to Adam? Isn't it Allah he spoke to Abraham? The Quran says so. Show me the verse where Allah he spoke to Muhammad. Aman Rabbi Aman. The Turkish, they are eating Roman. Any brave Muslim? I don't care if you are Turkish, not Turkish. We can change your citizenship. Don't worry. We have Joe Biden. in the White House. This guy, he can even forget his name. We can make you the president in the White House. Everything is possible in USA. You see, everything is possible in USA, but not everything is possible with Allah. Because this is a fake God. He can do nothing. Through the burning bushes, not directly. So you strip the Quran and the Hadith when you call him Kalimullah, it was a lie. Guys, Allah did not speak to Moses. He spoke through the bushes, brother. Can you elaborate? Your God was in the bushes, or the bushes was your God? You see, I love it when Beverly Hill, Beverly Hill, when he tried to fix it, he make it more. It's like Harut, he heard. Listen, so as long Allah, he spoke to Moses, not directly. So why you're a prophet, he said, you speak to you directly? Do you want me to show you the hadith? Here we go, let's go. You see, you know why those cowards, they run away? Because they search my name, they find what will happen to them. They say to themselves, let us run before it's too late. No insurance can cover us, and no security can save us from what is going to come. So your prophet, he lied, huh? Shame on you. You just insulted your prophet. What the heck? Did that Muhammad says that? Did Muhammad, he says Allah spoke to you direct talk? Are you there, Beverly Hill? Mr. Beverly Hill, are you there? You said Allah did not speak to him directly. You're a prophet, he said he spoke to him directly. So which one of you? Aman Rabbi Aman. Look what his prophet said. He spoke to you direct talk, direct talk. Tadadam, 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 tadadam. Christian Prince, I told you, don't call me. Zakir Naik, how in the world you are answering? I am calling Moses. How you got his phone number, ne? Christian Prince, first of all, Prophet Musa, he gave his phone to Prophet Muhammad. Okay. And then Prophet Muhammad, he gave his phone to me. What the heck? So really, you have the same number right now? Exactly. Okay, what is the number of Musa's? 0002070. What the heck with this number? So you call Musa's Zakir Naik answer? Show in Arabic? Do you speak Arabic? Look. The guy is trying to fix it. He says, show me Arabic. Why you don't call me and I will make you read in Arabic? So let us see. Are you saying to me that you Muslims, when you translate, you lie? I agree. You know, when the Muslims, they try to fix it, they make it even more blind. Show me in Arabic, okay? We Muslims, we lie when we translate. Can you take a Muslim translation serious? This is what he's saying to me. You cannot. So any Hazarat, Imam, Aman Rabbi Aman from Turkey would like to join us, Aman Rabbi Aman? Huh? A Muslim, look, the Muslims are upset from my love, fake love. They are not upset from fake God, fake prophet. They are upset, fake love, okay? Fake love. It's a fake love. I swear by the fig, by the olive, I swear it's true love. I swear that I have a God, he swear by the fig, don't love, I swear. Have you ever heard of a God, he swear by fig? I mean, listen, fig is really delicious. But the God who created 7 Alexis, Balaxi, swearing by fig is too much to believe. Fig By the fig? What the heck? I heard in the time of the Prophet, fig was like rear. So Allah, he said to himself, what is the most expensive in the market these days? Seriously, what is the most what's wrong with this search engine? Like you search, you don't even fight it. I search for fig, it doesn't show. All right, all right. By the fig and the olive, I swear, I am hungry, I wanna eat, I am Allah, I swear. Any Muslim can tell us why Allah swear by fig? How about you create fig from nothing? How about Allah can create a fig from nothing? So now if Allah swear by the fig, that is the proof that he is the one who created the fig? Actually, this is the proof that he did not. Because you see, you swear by something bigger than you, something you cannot be like. Correct, guys? I swear by God, for God is the creator. I am nothing compared to him. But you swear by fig? Fig is just something created like anything. And if the God you swear by the fig, that is a silly God. Because what is great about the fig for God? When you swear by something serious. And why God is swearing anyway? He swear to who? When Allah, he says by the fig, he is trying to prove that he is what? He's a watermelon? He's a fruit? He is a guy who works in a grocery store? What does that mean? Why Jesus is called the stone? Because he is the stone is presenting the metaphorical that he is the cornerstone of everything. You see, God is the cornerstone of the whole universe. Without him, everything collapses. He is the creator. Thank you very much. But doesn't mean he's a stone. But this is your God. He is swearing by the fig and the olive. By the way, what's wrong with Pepsi? Do we have any Muslim he can call us to swear by the fig? You know, actually, I should make a tradition. Any Muslim he call us from now on, to prove that he is a Muslim, he have to take an oath to swear him by the fig. If Allah swear by the fig, that means the fig is more important than Allah. Look, you swear by Allah, Allah swear by the fig. So who's more important? Just as you swear. If you swear by Allah, and Allah himself, he swear by the fig. You know, hold on. I think there's a misunderstanding here. I think so. I think there's a misunderstanding. Hold on. First of all, we need to know what kind of fig Allah was swearing by. Turkish one or Greek one? Russian or Ukrainian? What do you think, Muslims? If you look at the fig, I mean, it is really, really something worth to swear by it. It is delicious. It is easy to touch, you know. Look at this, look. Look at this, man. Allah, he put the fig in front of him and he said, man, I swear. I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear. I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear. Hey, Allah, come on, why you don't grab one and eat it? That's it. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Allah cannot eat. So Allah, according to Muslims, he do not eat, but yet he swear by fig. Give me a reason, just give me a reason, I'm asking. You know, if you have a reason, let me know. Don't tell me what the problem. Huh? Fig of Palestine? You know, the funny is, your God, he never mentioned the word Palestine once. He keeps saying Israel. And not only that, you know, I remember once Abdul, I think in the Philippines. So I was speaking in the seminar, and Abdul, he put his hand up. It's time for questions. We gave him the microphone. He was like so nervous, and he says to me, why you don't speak? You are here bashing Islam, but you don't speak about the injustice, Israel taking the land of the Muslims, the Palestinian. So I said, okay, Abdul, can you open chapter 5, verse number 21? And, you know, took him like a half hour, almost. Like, I was like, come on, just find the verse, man. Chapter 5, flipping pages, flipping pages, flipping pages. Chapter 5, verse number 21, it says, Allah, he gave the Holy Land to the Jews. To the Jews. Oh, my people, who's talking, Moses? Remember, remember, remember. Remember, by the river of Babylon, where we sat down. So remember, Moses said to his people, oh, my people, call in the remembrance of the favor of Allah into you. When he produced prophet among you, is Muhammad from them? No. Made you king and gave you what he had not given to anyone other of the people. O my people, enter the Holy Land which as Allah has assigned into you. Where is the Palestinian? It turned to be that Allah was a Zionist too. And he's a Mossad agent. Prove me wrong. Not a single time, obviously Allah do not know that one day this land will become Muslim, so he gave the land to the Jews. It says, assigned into you. You know, I was wondering, as long Joe Biden was taking oath when he became a president, I don't know how they made him president, but things happen. Why didn't they give him a fig? I mean, this is a figgy presidency. What happened in Gaza? A lot of gas. What happened in Gaza? Somebody tell you to have a news agency? I mean, those Israeli, they are not doing a good job. Gaza, give me a break. So as you see, there is no Palestine in the Quran. There's Palestine in the Hadith. What about in the Hadith? Why Allah totally forgot about you Muslims? And as you see here, it says assigned it to you. That's it. And what you can do about it, it's assigned. You know, they have the ownership. Who gave it to them? By Allah. Now, come on, don't waste my time. If there is anyone, he is a brave, he have the courage and the knowledge, call me. Anyone? And you can swear by the fig as much as you want. Actually, I will give you the first 10 seconds to swear by the fig. Just for your comfort, so you might get the support of the fig God. You know, the Hindus are vegetarian. So if the God of the Hindu, he said, I swear by the fig, you know, I mean, they are Hindus, you know, vegetarian. But this God, I mean, he eat beef and he eat lamb. But yet, he is swearing by fig. Oh boy. Do we have any Muhammadan who would like to join us live on air? we have a discount today. If you call me and you want a debate, you will end with 2 kilograms with delicious fig directly sent to you by Prophet Moses, peace be upon him. Anyone? Okay, let us forget about the fig now. I mean, the Muslim, they take us left and right. So is Muhammad as a prophet? Who is a Muslim? He can show us any proof that Muhammad is a prophet. What make a prophet a prophet? Anyone? Islam is not Abrahamic. Islam is not Abrahamic. Come on. Islam is Abrahamic, and let me prove it to you. Abraham, he built the Kaaba. I mean, this Abraham in Islam is very weird. Look, let me open the map for you so you can understand my point of a view. You see, because there's many points, I don't want you to take me wrong. Point of a view. All right. Let us go to Google Map. Peace be upon Google. Okay. Google is asking me, do you want to have direction? Even Google believe in the flat earth. Google wanna pray to Allah in direction of Mecca. Look, brother, let us be honest. Allah, because he is God, and you know what God does? God does what God does. You know what God does? First of all, he swear by fig. So he said to himself, I am going to build a house for myself. And he looked at this earth, where I'm going to build it, where I am going to build it, where I'm going to build it. I'm looking where, like where, looking at the map, moving the map around. Here, no, here, no. Here, no. I mean, where, like, come on, we need a place, brother. I found it. Mecca. And then Allah, hold your nose. He chose the best location in Mecca. Not only he chose Mecca, he chosen the best location. You know, imagine you have an engineer and you ask him to choose the best location to build your house. And who is better than Allah? Ask any Muslim. They will say to you, he is the best engineer in the world. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah, he chose the location of his house where all the garbage and the sewage go to it when there's little rain happen. Do you see the clear proof that this is a chosen location by Allah? Look at this, subhanallah. Subhanallah. Allah chosen the best location, and look, like the Kaaba is collapsing. This is a picture when like this is not long time ago, by the way, but like this is the oil start coming. You know, they start getting money before they put marble and you know the crazy stuff. Now they have all the money from the oil. Look at this. How this is a chosen place by Allah. And it is in a low point of Mecca where all the sewage come to it when there's little rain. Any Muslim can tell me? Isn't it this is a clear proof that all the claim is a sewage claim? This is this is the holy house of Allah, the sacred mosque of Allah, the house, the first house of Allah. And the first house of Allah is under the sewage. In case you do not know, Mecca and Saudi Arabia, most of it does not even have sewage. They don't have sewage line. They have something called bayyara. Bayyara simply is a hole, a septic, you know, but it's not really protected. So when the little rain happened, all the poo-poo, peace be upon him, would be floating like cake, like subhanallah. Look at the poo swim. Is born to swim. Look, 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 look. And all the poo will go down to the town. Where? To Mecca. Where in Mecca? To the Kaaba. And now, you know, thanks to the American and British engineer, they were able to divert some of the flood, not all of it. Which means it still can happen. Yeah, there is no, you know, Saudi Arabia is really poor when it's come to service. You know, there's like major roads, they have asphalt, but then if you go out of the road, there is no sewage. The other reason there is no sewage because simply there is no rain, there's no water. You know, sewage need a system to support such a thing. So every house have a hole in, you know, in the yard, and the smell is so beautiful, by the way. Don't your God get humiliated in the cross? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. You see, you know, Mr. Beverly Hill, your Muslims are really weird. On one hand, you say Allah saved Jesus. In the other hand, you say he was humiliated. So which one you believe in? If you don't believe that Jesus was humiliated, that means you are being hypocrite right now, because you believe never happened. Secondly, Jesus in the cross was killed. Not like you're a prophet. A bunch of African, they start jumping on him and riding him all day. Is that true? Is that true? That a bunch of African, they rode your prophet all day long, from the morning until night, one after one, and they were naked. Is that true? So if Jesus killed, well, he's killed in the cross as a man. But when you're a prophet being rode by men and they are naked all day long, and this is what you Muslims say, they rode him. What does that mean? Did they do something to him? And I can show you the reference. It says that the prophet, at the end of the day, he cannot even move from pain. But by the way, they did not say the pain where exactly. Are you there? Or I should mention to you what happened to your prophet when he went to Taif. And they did beat the hell of him. And then Muhammad, he stayed out of the town for a couple of weeks until he healed. So he don't want anyone to know what happened. Shall I show you the reference? So look what happened in this garbage religion. When it's come to Jesus, nobody can beat Jesus according to Islam. Allah saved him. When it comes to Muhammad, you can ride him. You can beat him. What about the one who broke his teeth? Huh? You're a prophet. You have no teeth. So when he speaks like Zakir Naik. Christian Prince. First of all, I have teeth. And the reason I speak this way, because, you know, what? What the heck? Let us go back to our topic. If Allah was God and he chosen the best location for his house, why his house is in the worst location, at least in Mecca? I mean, come on. You see, Allah is God. Can't he like just lift up the ground? People, ask yourself, if Allah is God, can't Allah say, hey, ground, go up? And that would be an amazing miracle. You do not need to ask the British and the American to build a divert dam or, you know, and sewage system around it so you can take all the dirt to the Musk lake. They have a lake. It's called the Musk Lake, El Misk. But in fact, it's a poo-poo lake. So if Allah is God and he is the one who chose location, he just can say, okay, this ground, raise up. Let us say Allah, he made a mistake. Oh, oops, look, where did I put it, man? I did not think about the flood. But the funny is, the Muslim, they say that even rain cannot happen except by the will of Allah. And flood cannot happen except by the will of Allah. Have you ever heard of a God he want to flood his house? Right? why he did expose his naked body in the cross? Well, you know, for you this is nakedness, but this is in the old days, it was men dress. You know, when a man, he is okay, hold on. If your God is God, is your God Allah wearing clothes? Muhammad, I have a question for you. You will be the man if you can answer it. Do your God Allah wear clothes or he is naked? See, I'm using your logic. Now don't be hypocrite. Do Allah wear clothing or he is naked? You are the one who brought this to yourself. I challenge any Muslim to say to me, either this or that. Don't tell me neither this nor that. That'll be funny. Do he wear clothing or he don't? Are you searching Google? Any Muhammadan? Okay, let us go back to the topic. I swear by the fig, I swear. I swear. You know what? I'm going to change the Quran and I'm going to add the watermelon chapter. You know? You are comparing God to man. You see, you are going to calling me names now. See, Beverly Hill, he called me Himor. He speak two Arabic words and now he want to use them. Okay, Beverly Hill, what the word Himor mean? Can you tell me, please? I don't speak Arabic good like you, brother. Can you tell the audience what the word Himor mean? Please, if you don't mind. If it's okay with your security clearance. Can you please tell us, brother, what the word Himar mean? Himar mean a donkey, correct? Is it true that you're a prophet? His last name is Dogs, and his wife is Zainab. Her last name is Donkey. If this is not true, I'm going to apologize, and I will not come here forever. Are you there? Is it true that the last name of your prophet, Muhammad, seriously, we are not insulting, his last name is Kilab, which means dogs, not one dog, because nobody knows his father. And his wife, Zainab bint Jahsh, Zainab, the daughter of the donkey. So why you are calling me Himar? Are you telling me I am a family member of a prophet Muhammad? And how you can marry a dog to a donkey, man? I mean, even scientifically not correct. I suppose he's insulting me. Hey, Muslims, watch your mouth. You are talking to Christian Prince. I can whip you. I can whip the floor with your nose. Potato. So anyway, as you see in front of us, no Muslim can answer how Allah, he chose the location of the house, and then this house always was under flooding, garbage, stinky water. And look, this guy is swimming. Did you see this guy? This guy is swimming literally. And that guy is sitting in the top of, like in the steps of the door of the cab. Like sitting in the swimming pool. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Do we have any Muhammadan here who would like to say anything? Anyone? Hello? Okay, I am thinking to make a tourist trip to the Kaaba. If you like to swim with muddy water where the sun set, as the Prophet said, you can register in our trip. I'm going to post a link, please. Okay? By the way, we will not charge you a lot. This is what the Hajj is about. The Hajj is a great business, by the way. Do you know how much money Saudi Arabia make every year? I mean, those people, they are really, really ripping the Muslims apart. You will see a poor guy from Bangladesh, he hardly can buy a sandwich. He saved money all his life. He want to go to the Kaaba to touch the black stone so his sin would be forgiven. And then he go to the Saudi Arabia. They give him a finger. They let him touch the black stone for a second, and they send him back home in second day. And they take all the saving of his lifetime. You see the great business? Actually, Muhammad in the Quran, he made it clear that the reason he want to make the Kaaba a place of visiting, Hajj, is just for the sake of money. Do we have any Muslim here? Today we have a group, Turkish group from Mohammed Fathullah Gülen. They supposedly will show up to call us, but then they back down because they are washing dishes. And the other one is planting carrot because his vision getting weak and he cannot see the screen. So he need to eat carrot before he can call me. The third one, he is taking vitamin D, okay? And now it is very, 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 very hard to find vitamin D, you know? Because the Muslim, they use it all to debunk me. True story, brother. Sahih Bukhari. Do we have any Muslim here can say something to us, something useful? How Allah can be God? How Muhammad can be a prophet? I'm just confused. I want to know. I want to convert. I like fig. Don't take me wrong. I want to plant a fig tree in my yard. You know? Any Muslim? Hello? Open StreamYard instead of Skype? You guys, you like the yard, don't you? I got your point there. You got a point there, huh? Doesn't it make a difference, Skype or, you know, we use them, whatever we have. Who is a Muhammadan? You know, and the most funny thing about Muslims, when you show them something that's very embarrassing, they try to duct tape. I mean, Walmart is out of duct tape. Like you say to them, the sun set in murky water. They say, no, no, no. It doesn't say that, CP. Like, what the heck? What it does say then? This is from the perspective of Zulkarnain, ZB. Like, what? Well, let us go to the verse. Actually, I cannot even type no more from laughing. Look, brother, look. This was the perspective of the guy. Okay, why Allah don't say this is from his perspective? I mean, what is the word perspective? It says, until he reached the setting place of the sun, he found it setting in a spring of murky water. He found it. Who's talking? Allah. He didn't say he thought. He didn't say he's stupid. He said he found it. When you say he found it, I will explain it to you. Just hold on. Just to make it simple for you. You are a married man. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, he gave you rules to follow, you know. So you go and you find your wife in the bedroom and she is I need water for this one. This is heavy duty one. All right. What she was doing? I forgot. Oh, I just remember. And now you need to find 4 witnesses, and the 4 witnesses, they have to come and they have to see the private part of the guy who's sleeping with your wife going in and out, in and out, in and out. Literally. I mean, this religion must be coming from God. You know what? I thought about it from the perspective of Zulqarnain. I said, his private part was going in spring of murky water. from his perspective. Now I know what is the spring. And the funny, you know, Zakir Naik, he says to you, the brother asked a question. How the Quran said the sun to the murky water? First of all, brother, Quran is a book of science. And God, he don't make such a mistake. So when Allah said the sun to the miracle water, he is speaking about from the perspective of the Qadhi. If you go to the ocean, you see the sun going in the ocean. But the fact the sun is not going in the ocean, because the ocean cannot even have the sun. Yeah, Abdul, hold on. It says a spring. How in the world the word spring became an ocean? Is that Sierra Spring ocean? I mean, they try to duct tape and duct tape and duct tape. It says a spring, a spring, a spring. Where is the word ocean coming from? I want to know, man. Those Muslims are even confused about what is ocean look like and what spring look like. It says a spring. Are you sure the Quran is not written by Joe Biden? Like, you know the thing? So let us rewrite the Quran according to Joe Biden. Until he reached the you know the thing, he found the thing, sitting in the thing, in a thing. Near it, he found thing. And then we said to the thing, either you punish them, the thing, or you don't treat them kindness, the thing. And now the verse is so clear. And this is the interpretation according to Nancy Pelosi. Any Abdul? I like this Nancy Pelosi, man. When she talk, she remind me of Allah. I mean, nobody can move her. She's there for centuries. People die, people come, and she is in the same place. That's it. The chair for her. Like, she would take it with her. That's it, you know? Unbelievable. And tons of makeup. And she's still young, by the way. Unbelievable. Wow. If you would read contemporary school, you would know that this is referring to the perspective. How come you do not know? Read the book of Psalm 18:15. That's deep. Yeah, Abdul, what does this have to do with Psalm 18:15? Are you sure, brother? So in Psalm 15, it says the sun set in a spring of murky water. That's deep. It doesn't say that, CP. I mean, the Muslims, they are so desperate. They try to find anything. Abdul, what contemporary? This is your prophet, and let me get you busted. Contemporary. You know, I told Mohammed, can you shut up? I mean, the Muslim trying to defend duct tape. But this guy, he cannot shut up his mouth. And the more he talk, the more he make poo-poo. Look what your prophet said. Contemporary perspective. Is that your prophet talking, brother? Mr. Contemporary? What you will say now to me? Prophet Muhammad, he is wrong? He got it wrong. Let me read for you, because now you are going to go deaf and mute and blind. And you heard nothing, you saw nothing, you are not even here. I was sitting behind the messenger of Allah. By the way, everybody sat behind the messenger of Allah. Nobody dared to sit in front of him. You know why? Since he ate the dish of 40 men power, I mean, the guy is out of control. Who was riding a donkey while the sun was setting. He asked, do you know where this set? Look at the serious question. The prophet voluntarily, he switched the donkey ride to a scientific fact. I love that. This is what happened when you accompany a PhD SOFYA alien. So do you know where this set? I replied, this is the answer Muhammad he loved, by the way. You have to say that, otherwise he will kill you. I replied, Allah and his apostle know best. Muhammad now, he's like his feather is like a rooster now. Ah, it's true. Allah and his prophet knows best. This is me. Yeah, this is me. Okay. So now he said, He said it's set in a spring of warm water. Mr. Contemporary, are you there? Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello? Hello? Abdul there? Guys, did you see the speech of Donald Trump a few days ago? I'm going to cut that part where he said, don't do it, Abdul. And I will add it to my intro. He said that in his speech, don't do it, Abdul. Listen, Abdul, don't give me your garbage. Did your prophet say it's set in a spring of warm water? Right? Okay, listen, Mansoor. What about you call me and we will talk about 18:15, the book of Psalm, and this hadith and this verse. What do you think, guys? Fair? Is that fair? In front of everybody, you tell me what do you want to say about this thing, and people will laugh at you. And I will tell you my answer, and you tell me your answer about what I'm saying. What do you think, people? Do you have the courage? You don't. You are a potato like your prophet. You are. You are. You are. You idiot. You know, this is the book of Psalm. You know, idiot. This is a song. This is a poetry. The man is meditating about God. And this is not about an ocean. And this is not about water. And this is not about a wind. Anyone read it, he will know that you are a stupid donkey like your prophet. Shame on you. Corrupt religion. But anyway, if you can prove your point, call me. And I will be happy to have you. What do you think? Somebody want to say to me hi. I mean, my friend, is it time to say hi now? Okay, hello. Somebody want to call me in Skype to say hi. Okay, we'll receive the hi. Just leave it in the front of the Porsche. Don't you see we are busy with the Abdul and Allah who set the sun and the murky water and the Prophet who explained it very well? Did Muhammad made a mistake when he say that? Did Muhammad lie? So why Muslims, they lie, try to cover up what the Quran is saying? Any Abdul? Anyone? Yeah, we are taking calls from Muslims for now. Maybe later we can allow some Christians to call. But for now, we want customers first. You know, customers come first. How come you look at things poetically only when you want? You're stupid. It's called the book of Psalm. Do you know what Psalm mean? I mean, you are stupid, mentally ill. Isn't it? Even your prophet, he said this is a poetry. You Muslims are really weird. You see, you don't have dignity even to accept what your prophet says about books. In Arabic, what the name of the Arabic? What Psalm mean? What the book of Psalm mean? So why you are a hypocrite and why you are a liar? This is not even God talking. Potatoes. And where is the sun set in murky water there? Actually, okay, if we ask you who is the one who wrote this book, hey Muslims, who is the one who wrote this book? Give me his name. Give me his name. Who is a Muslim knows who is the one who wrote the book of Psalm? According to your stupid God, the Quran, Allah. I mean, do you see how stupid your God? What's wrong with this God? By the way, where is the book? Hello? By the river of Babylon. Oh. I have to admit that when Muhammad he speak, it's like jewels. Science. It's unstoppable, strong teaching. I have emotional damage. Yeah, you remind me of my situation. You know, brother, Ratazahalaha, what the heck with your name? Is that like, did you have an accident or this is by birth? Look what this guy, he said. I know he's joking, I don't know what he's saying. Ratazahala. Okay, I got your name correctly now. He said EPCP, he has emotional damage. That's deep. Brother, are you a fortune teller? How you know? Be honest with me, how you know? How you know? Unbelievable. Are you a Hindu? I don't know. Your name is close to Sad Guru. His name is Sad, and yet he teach you how to be happy. Abdul Potato. Don't you know that Muhammad, he is the one who tried to commit suicide many times? So who is the one who have emotional damage? I never tried to commit suicide even once. Prove it, prove it. Go ahead. Prove it. However, I can prove that your prophet, he tried many times to commit suicide. Let us see who is the one have emotional. Muhammad not only have emotional damage, I mean, this guy, he have damaged everything. You know, and I challenge you, by the way, to tell me why he's trying to do that. What is behind this story? Why a man, he have all those beautiful women, they're very beautiful men, unbelievable. If you see Aisha, you will go crazy. She was hot. Even the prophet, he called her al-Humayra. Anyone knows what al-Humayra mean? Humayra coming from Himara, which means donkey. Unbelievable. The Muslim, they say no. He called her Humayra because she was red. What the heck? She is an Arabian and she is a redhead. That is something. All right. So look, brother. It says here, the Prophet Muhammad, he tried to commit suicide. The Prophet becomes so sad. As we have heard, he has intended several times to throw himself from the top of the high mountains. Hey, Mr. Emotional Damage, are you there? Are you there? Let me speak in the English accent. Are you there? No, not this way. Are you there? Like, what the heck? This is not how the English people talk, man. Are you there? What the heck? I need to squeeze my throat. Are you? I can't do it. It doesn't work. I can do Zakir Naik, but are you there in the British accent? I can't do it. Are you there? Who is the one have emotional damage? A prophet of God, and now he needs a shrink and he is trying to commit his suicide. And now each time he go to the top of the mountain to throw himself, and then the angel, he appear in front of him, holding from his pant, say, Muhammad Habibi, don't jump, you are a prophet. When you are talking about emotional damage, unbelievable. You did hurt my feeling, by the way. Let me jump from the window. Let me jump. Guys, don't hold me, please. Jibril, please let me, please. Jibril, I want to jump. Christian Prince, you are truly a prophet. Really? Yes, you are a prophet. Okay, I will go home now. Okay, and then the Eid Muhammad, second day, he come in the morning and he want to commit suicide again. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid story like this? He just told you yesterday that you are a prophet, calm down, go back home. Second day in the morning, he go to the top of the mountain again. Look like this guy, Muhammad, he like it. He feel important, you know, like, you know what? I'm going to make a trick. I will go to the top of the mountain. And I will act like I'm jumping. And then Jibreel, he will start begging me, please don't do it, please don't. And I will say, no, no. Listen, Muhammad, I will buy you iPhone 15. Not even until now, iPhone is not made. I'm promising you, iPhone 15 is going to be in your pocket before you go home. Really? Yes. iPhone 15? Yes. That the one you can say, like, you can say, what's up? Yes. Can I send you what's up? No. Why, you know? Because we angels don't accept to hear rings and see pictures. And you are talking about emotional damage, potato. Anyone? Actually, who of you who said in the comment in the previous video that those guys will not show up? Who is the one who said that? There's one of you, he said they will not show up. He was right. And I think what they made, the mistake they made, they told them, this is a Christian prince. They should not tell them. Never tell anyone he is a sheikh or something. You will shake the heck of him. Don't tell them. They have no idea what will happen. You know, Muhammad Billy, you see, you're asking me now to block you. Here we go. You keep calling me names, you stupid idiot son of Muta. Get out of here. Coward. Why you don't agree for face-to-face? Let us see where they will go. And why I want to do face-to-face? What does have to do with my face? Can we do it butt-to-butt? Hey, Muslims, can we do debate butt-to-butt? Your God, Allah never saw his face. You never saw Muhammad's face. You never saw Jibreel face. You never even heard their voice. What this face-to-face thing? And when somebody suggests, why you don't do it? I mean, what's your business? I don't do it. This is how I do it. I like this way. I'm not seeking to be famous. And yeah, I sit wearing my short, laughing at Muhammad. Nobody dare to debate me. Muslim leave Islam, and everything is perfect. What's your problem? Why you want to see my face? Why you want to scare yourself? You see my face, you will never have kids after that. You are a child of Allah? Really? Look at this guy. This Abdul is weird. Literally is weird. You are a child of Allah? Are you serious? Can you elaborate, Mr. What's his name? I think I'm going to hire somebody to read the name for me. I mean, why in the world you make like your name like a train? Ahrataza. Ahrataza. That is like biology, from the biology stuff, you know. Ahrataza. Rata Zahala. What the heck? Your name include rats? Okay. Abdul, isn't it the Quran say that the Christian and the Jews, they say they are the children of Allah? Say, then why Allah punish you? You Muslims don't believe in such a thing, you potato. What are you talking about? Is this guy is like playing games maybe? Oh boy. Isn't this your God saying there's the Christian, the Jews, they say we are the children of Allah and his beloved? Say, why he punish you then? Child of Allah, that's a good one. I mean, Islam is changing, you know. I mean, look, there's inflation. We have to accept. Joe Biden came, everything's screwed up. There's inflation in the brain of the Muslims. There's inflation in the Quran. It's getting bigger. Now there's a verse in the Quran saying that the Muslims are the children of Allah. That's a good one. It's new, brand new. Just came out of the egg. Did you hear the debate, the video of Yasser Qadhi when he said that people of Gog and Magog, then when they die, brother, Allah will send a flying elephant? That's deep. Flying elephants. No, sorry, flying camels. Sorry, it's my mistake. Flying camels. And they will grab them from their neck and they will take them, brother, throw them somewhere. All my life, I wanted to get a flying camel. You fly with your camel. Oh boy. Filipino for Christ. By the way, Filipino people, we have our book, my book, translated for you for free. So don't forget to download the book and share it around in every Facebook page. It's for free, totally for free for Filipinos. Okay? Sige, sige. Okay, sir. Okay. I love Filipino people. By the way, if you want to speak Filipino, it's very easy. You go to any place, just say to them, sige, sige. Anything you want is okay. You know? Just sige, sige. Do you remember the Filipino guy? He's the Muslim, Rashid, with his name Rashid. He claimed that to be a sheikh. He says, Kif halak. He worked as a taxi driver in Saudi Arabia, and now he supposedly he knew 2 Arabic words, and he wants to speak to me in Arabic now. Kif halak. Say, Abdul, come on, you don't speak Arabic. Speak to me in English. Kif halak, kif halak. Abdul, come on. Kif halak. Sige mean okay. Thank you for telling me. I don't know. Once I was going to do a seminar, and the guy who was, like he cleaned the thing, you know the thing. So I told him, bring like some, and clean the board. Bring some water, and he cleaned the board. He said, too big, sir, too big. I said, no, it's not too big, it's too small. It's going to take a second. Just get some water and clean it. Too big, sir, too big, sir. He don't speak good English, I said, listen, what are you talking about? It's not too big, it's so small. And then I got so upset. I get the thing to clean it by myself. And then later I found out he is agreeing. He is saying too big. Too big in Filipino mean water. And I was saying to myself, I say to him water, he said to me too big. It's just a little word in the board, man. What's wrong with people? It's not too big. Make Tamara blue again. Why she is not a blue? Why she is not an admin again? What happened? Did she change her name? She was an admin. How we know that this is the real Tamara? Maybe she is not the true Tamara. She lost her account accidentally. Hey, it turned to be not only Muhammad gets satanic verses, brother, and the Quran been eaten by a goat. Look like Tamara, somebody ate her account. Look. The Quran, brother, is preserved. When we were busy, a goat, a time sheep, he entered the bedroom of a Prophet Muhammad and she ate the Quran. How I know it's me? Just by saying it's me? Okay, I want you to do the following. In the chat, say A. Because I know your voice. In the chat here, say A. Okay, we are Arab. We are so smart. You cannot deceive us. You cannot fool us. Don't even try. Say A. She is not saying A. This is not her, If the real Tamara, she will say A in the chat. This is her now. Now I believe you. Okay, now I will make an admin. Alhamdulillah. She confirmed to be her because she said A in the Tamara accent. She have a special accent, Like when you speak Tamara, she is like, A, her A is different. It's like somebody, going like hiking a mountain or something. Like it's a long A. Anyway, to make the story short, she became an admin. Don't worry about it. I will take your friends for granted. And later, if it turned to be you are not the real Tamara, I will move them all off. What the heck is that? Do we have any Muhammadan here? somebody sent me a message saying, can you stop being, I mean, you say things, I cannot take it no more. I can't breathe in the other day. What the heck? Now they will sue me. You killed my husband from laughing. He was the most handsome guy in town. How I'm going to replace him now? None of my business, just close his ear. All right, all right. So do we have any Muhammadan here want to say anything? So our Skype is open and there's no Muhammadan. I mean, come on. Don't worry, Mr. Justin. Actually, you know what? We will take calls from a Christian just for the sake of having good time. If you are a Christian, you like to call me, you can call me. All right? Only Christian. We will not take Muslims. As long as Muslims are not calling, what we can do. All right? Just text me first. You cannot call me directly. I will not take your call. Text me first and I will call you. Make you an admin. Why I want to make you an admin? Do you know the consequence of being an admin? Each one of those admins pay me $5 and buy me ice cream to make them admins. Oh boy. Nothing works in this time without a bribe, brother. You have to bribe Allah, you know, and then Allah will make you admin in his heaven. There's level in the heaven of Allah. There's ranks, you know, depending on how much you spend. Like, come on, no money, no honey. You know the business. You know, have you ever heard of a God? He is begging people to give him money, and he claims that his interest is so high. Why does God don't make his own money? Unbelievable. Chapter 2, verse number 245. This is the verse, Mimi Hijab. He quoted right away after his debate with David Wood. He said to himself, this is the opportunity, and he's right, this is the opportunity. David Wood, you know, he gave him opportunity he can't even imagine. Right away, him and Ali Dawah, they went, and Allah, a beautiful loan, which Allah will double to him in his credit multiple times. And that's what Muslim will send the nation now, you know. This is God. You know, I was thinking about like claiming to be prophet, a Muslim prophet, and then ask for like this. I make a verse like this. Man, I will live a very nice life. Oh boy. I will not worry about the inflation and the price of beef. Everybody switching over StreamYard. It's okay, my friend. I will use it when it's, you know, sometime. I might start using it maybe maybe next week. We will see. For some time. We say that now Christian wanna call me, nobody call. When we say call, nobody call. When we say don't call, they call. When they say don't call, unbelievable. Everything is happening upside down. Any Muhammadan? Yeah, as usual, the Abdul, they chicken out. And you know, the funny is, if I say no, they will say he run away from us, right? I never say no to anyone. Especially if they are sheikhs. I mean, not kids like stupid, they called just to make a bully or, you know. I was waiting and we announced it. What we can do. Oh no, Tamara is going to call. Guys, do you know what happened when Tamara called? She will say, eh. All right. Can you elaborate who is Hafs? Hafs is a narrator of the Quran. He recites the Quran, but he is a thief. He's a thief. He's a scumbag, according to Muslims, not to me. I never met him, you know. So if you go and search right now, like if I type 2 words in Arabic, Hafs kana kadhab, Hafs was a liar, you will find long articles about Hafs, the fraud. He was a fraud, and his stepfather, who he learned the Quran from him, was a fraud too. And the funny is, the Muslims don't accept any hadith from Hafs. Why? Because he's a liar. So how you accept the Quran? So Faraz, he don't have a cut. He have nothing, because this is why he called. Because you know, CP. There's one thing important, CP. If you show him something really embarrassing, he says, "I don't know about it." Are you black, my friend? You don't sound Arab. I think you are hiding many things. Guys, Mansoor, he is sniffing. Aman Rabbi, Aman. Mansoor is sniffing the laundry. Oman. What, Mansoor? What? Arabian Prophet? Are you black? My friend, you don't sound Arab. I think you are hiding many things. Oh boy. I'm wearing my short. Yes, I'm wearing my short. Everything is fine. What are you talking about, man? How you know? Brother? MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Let us say I'm black. What is the problem? Do you have a problem with the black people? CP, I miss you. Okay, thank you very much for missing me. Don't forget next time to bring falafel. You know, this religion is really stupid. You see, he's a prophet. Obviously, he is anti-black. His God is anti-black. You remember the hadith where Muhammad, he said about how Allah created the black people and the white people? You remember? This is how faith this man is. Mansoor, why you don't call me my friend? And then he will talk to me. I can talk to you in Arabic, brother. And then you will know if I am black or not. What do you think? Baklava is better than falafel. Well, baklava for the rich one of you. You know, come on. We have to adjust the requirement. Not everybody can afford to buy baklava, especially after we have Joe Biden the president. People are going bankrupt. Oh boy. Notification. How many times we say it? Subscribe to Patreon, so you will receive. Guys, you keep complaining. No notification. Okay, just go to Patreon, subscribe. It's for free. You know, you don't have to make a donation. I know that you guys are cheap. It's okay, you know. But at least you will receive notification when I post the link. I will go live. Yeah. Yeah, I sound what? Syrian. Yeah, I see. Yeah. People are expert. Do we have any Abdul here with like, no Abdul, no Christian, nobody. Hi Prince, you seem to be lying to your audience. All the Arab countries mention Allah in your Bible, and you said it was, Okay, a second. So you just said this is a mistranslation. It's translation. So I challenge you, Abdul, to find me the word Allah in the original book. If you find it, well, good for you. What do you think? Is my streaming still going? Let me see, hold on. We lost connection for a second. And now we cannot go through. It says the site cannot go. Connect to the internet. All right. Let me see in my phone if we have connection or not. In my side, it says connect to the internet. Is it working? Yeah, it's working. But from my side, it says connect to the internet. I don't know why. Let me see what I can do. Hold on. Give me a second. By the river of Babylon, where we sit down, we will. All right, we are reconnecting to the internet, hoping that will work. Let us see now. All right, now it's working. Okay. We are back. I don't know what happened. YouTube was telling me connect to the internet as if I don't have any internet. So anyway, this Abdul, he just proved to us how Muslims are stupid when it's come to their own understanding of anything. First of all, Abdul, your God, Allah in the Quran, he used the word Injil to describe our gospel. Now, Injil is a Greek word. I want you to open our Greek Bible and find me the word Allah. Is that fair, guys? If you can't find me the word Allah in the Greek, you are a winner. Now we go to the word Allah in the Hebrew. I'm not an expert with Hebrew, but I heard that Akbar in Hebrew mean a rat, and Allah is a curse. What do you think? So can you show us the word Allah and Akbar in the original Bible? If you can show us that, you are the hero. And then I'm wrong, because we don't have Bible in Arabic, this translation. Jesus did not write a book in Arabic, and the Sahaba did not. Why I am disrespecting Islam? Will Islam respect Jesus? Islam disrespect Jesus. And Islam disrespect Christians, respect Hindus, respect all mankind. Do Islam call non-Muslims pigs and monkeys, animals, worst of the creatures, najis? So why you are being hypocrite? You are asking us to respect Islam when Islam respect nobody. Why Muslims are a bunch of hypocrite? If you speak about respect, then you should follow a religion of respect. Is it true your God called non-Muslims najis? And you Muslims, you have a sign in the front of Mecca, it says Muslims only, because non-Muslims are najis? If I call you right now najis, are you going to be upset? Do you see how hypocrite those people are? Who said that? The Quran. This guy, his name is Ahmed. He never heard that the Quran says that non-Muslims are najis, brother. He never heard that. Never heard that. He's a he's a true Muslim. The Quran not only says the Christians are najis, he says kill the Christians. Chapter 9, verse number 28 and 29. Do you see it? So why you lie? Do you want to call me so I can show you and make you read it? You can call me and read it and explain to me. Go ahead. Even Muhammad, he ordered the Muslims, when they see a Christian in the road, to spit on him and to humiliate him and to bother him. You need the context? Okay, my friend, you need the context when I insult Islam then. Context. You stupid idiot. You are killing us and you are saying context. What context? It says oh, you believe truly the pagans are, actually the word pagan here is false. It says al-mushrikeen. Pagans are not the mushrikeen. You Muslims are a bunch of liars when you translate. You can't even translate your Quran. You lie in everything. Mushrikeen is somebody worship Allah. How you say mushrikeen are pagan, you idiot? The mushrikeen is people who worship Allah and they associate other with Allah. And the Quran did not use the word pagan, use the word mushrikeen. So you Muslims and the mushrikeen worshiping one God. And then we need to ask you how it happened that the pagan, you just call them pagan yourself, they are worshiping Allah in the same time and yet they are pagan. Can you answer that? Does mean you are a pagan too. Why a Christian would pursue such an action? Well, why not? Your prophet, he ordered to kill us, to take our land, to take our women, and he called us all the names. So he deserved to be wipe the floor with him. What you can do about it? Now you are crying? When the Christians are nice, friendly, you want to kill them. When the Christian, they stand up against your filthy prophet, you cry. Why Christians, they do that? You make fun of the Christians for being Christian all the day. And now you are asking me to be a Christian? I thought being Christian is bad. Do you see how hypocrite they are? Self-defense? So when your prophet, he says, attack the Romans so you can get the blondie girls, he was doing self-defense, brother. Brother, don't you know about self-defense, brother? Listen. Let us attack the Roman. They have a blondie girls, brother. Abdul, we have all your laundry here. Who is a Muhammad and have the courage? Attack the Roman and get the blondie girls. That is the statement of your prophet. You will find it in every Islamic interpretation. Every single Islamic interpretation. Attack the Roman and get the blondie girls. This is the official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is Tafsir al-Tabari, page number 195, At-Tawbah, verse number 49, as you see in the screen. And we will use Google Translation in front of everybody. And I will post the link for it, so you can use Google Translation yourself. Here it says, attack the Roman so we can get the blondie girls. Hadith number 16785, 16786, 787, 788. Read them, all of them. Click at English Translate. And now you will say to me, it doesn't say that, CP. Huh? invade Tabuk to seize the daughter of Asfar. Asfar mean yellow. Muhammad even don't know, his Arabic is really funny to the point he do not know what the word blonde mean. Shaqrawat. He said Asfar. So you can get their daughters, the blondies. A man who was sitting, they call him the grandfather, he's a respected man. He says, excuse me, why you are tempting us with women? Muhammad, he made a verse in the Quran saying this guy is a hypocrite. So you potato, you come here, you are taking it out of context. This is self-defense. You went self-defense all the way to Spain, brother? You went all self-defense all the way to France? To China, to India, brother? Man, that was self-defense. Oh. Mr. Arahazadat, I noticed that you are making, you are being a troll. So this is a warning for you. Next time you say something and you don't say you are not a Muslim, I will block you. You claim to be a Muslim and you are not, I will block you. Anyone here, he play as if he is a Muslim. You are not welcome. We are not a bunch of kids. I do not need your stupidity. We are here to answer real Muslims. So if we notice that you are being a stupid kid, playing as if you are a Muslim and you are not, we will block you immediately. And actually, let me block this guy. Here we go. I just blocked you. Aharataz, whatever your name. Get out. We don't have time for idiots. Because what those people, they do, they will destroy what we are doing. People, they will think that they are Muslim, I will think they are Muslims, and in fact, they are just being stupid, silly, saying stupid things for whatever reason, just to get attention. Ahmed Smith, you can call my friend, sure. The admin will give you the my account in Skype, you can call me. Okay, we have somebody want to call. Let us see. We are calling this person, but is not answering. Okay, we will hang up. Let us see this person. Hello? Hello? All right, go ahead. You are live on air. So you are a Christian?
Yes, I am.
All right, what would you like to say?
Yes, before I say what I want to say, I just want to praise the Lord Jesus Christ for giving us eternal life through his death so that we might be saved.
I mean to that.
Yes. I just wanted to say that your videos have been very educating, and I've heard a lot, especially when exposing this cult, because what I've realized is the people who are part of this religion, Islam, they have been destroyed, especially in the spiritual side of things. And it worries me that if they die, they will go to hell and they will burn simply because they chose out of their own will to reject the Lord Jesus Christ. And for a Christian who, like you, who is very concerned about them, it will be really painful when we see them in the judgment seat, in the great one throne of judgment, being judged for why they simply, out of their choice, rejected the Lord Jesus Christ. And I want to thank you, sir, with your channel for exposing this religion. This religion has caused many troubles, especially in other countries, especially where I come from, in the continent of Africa, where we see terrorist organizations like Boko Haram or Al-Shabaab. They terrorize Christians in Nigeria. They terrorize Somalia. They cause havoc in the Sahel, even though they haven't reached Southern Africa. But it has come to a point where even the Christians in that part are moving to places in Southern Africa, Central Africa, or even some part of East Africa, just to be refugees because of the crisis which is happening in Nigeria, Somalia, and in the Sahel region, where we have ISIS, Boko Haram, and Al-Shabaab, which is destroying our region. And the West doesn't do anything. When it comes to Muslim refugees, oh, they're happy. But when it comes to Christians who are fleeing persecution, it is nothing. And what I've realized, sorry for taking much time, is the West has been conducting an anti-Christian spiritual operation. What I mean is, there has been a continuous discrimination of Christian teaching in the countries, especially, as far as I know, in the United States. They will allow a street preacher to preach about Islam, but a street preacher who preaches about Christ will be arrested or will be fined. Why is it that way? Why is the West, which was formerly a godly area where Christianity was flourishing, it was the Christian capital of the globe, has turned into a hellhole for Christians, in which the doctrine of Christ has been rejected, but the one for other religions has been accepted, and it has damaged the very image of that country. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart that thank you so much for exposing this. I didn't know at first, but when I was watching your videos, I've received more information about this cult. And you know what? If any Muslim watching here, if you don't accept Jesus Christ right now and put your faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, you will split hell wide open and you will burn in the lowest hell. That's all I want to say, sir.
All right, thank you very much, my friend. Well, you know, the West, those are the atheists, and they are trying to fight Christianity. They think by supporting Islam they can get rid of Christianity, and that will make their life easier. But anyway, those people will be punished by their own hands. I'm not really worried about them. For us, we are Christian, we have no worry. And yes, we will have a crisis as a Christians, we'll be discriminated. But let me tell you, my friend, discrimination make Christians better Christians. It's not the opposite. You know, you will see that a Christian who is relaxed in his country, who the church door is open, you don't go to the church mostly, but you will see a person who is a Christian, who is discriminated, is a true Christian, and he die, and yet he will not leave the faith. So those are the real Christians, and those will be blessed, and they are not cursed. This is a blessing for us. This is why the Lord, he says, clearly blessing those people who will be even killed in his name. You know, he said time will come and people will think by killing you they are doing favor to God. Doesn't matter which God. And those atheists in the West, because of their, you know, this is self-destruction plan. They think that Islam is going to be like just like, you know, when the stupid American, they supported Taliban to fight the communist, you know.
Yes, I remember.
So they said to themselves, okay, those are communists, we will use those Muslims so they can go and die, and we will not even need to fight them, we just give them weapon. This is exactly what they are doing. But this time they are doing it to their own, their self countries. And and sooner or later they will find out. It's going to be too late. But I believe that God, he punish nations, and Islam is a punishment.
Yes.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much for calling. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Take care. You see, Islam is really a curse. If you stay away from God, Allah, the God of Muslims, he is Satan. The true God, he will leave you without protection. And then all the source of evil will be on you. Look what's happening in the West. You see, they speak about the climate change, right? What about God curse? They keep talking about climate change, climate change. They never heard of God. Everything they do is wrong. Everything. The land, which is green all the time, now is dry. Europe, the land of rain, is dry. Before it was the land of Muslims is cursed. There's no water to drink. There's no water to wash your face. There's nothing. I mean, it's a dead land. Now, not only the land of the Muslims is dead, the land of Europe is dying. They are dying by population. They are dying. There's no water. The rivers are drying. And they think it is a climate change. It's you who change. And if you don't believe in God, soon you will. You know, human being, when he is worthy, he is filthy. Take that. When he is worthy, he is filthy. For sure, there's exception, right? But a human being, the second you make him rich and comfortable, the first thing he do, he spit at God. Because he think he's God. I mean, I have nice house, I have a nice villa, I have airplane, I have, you know. The second he got rich, worthy, you know, filthy rich, he got really filthy. And that's what happened in those countries. They became spoiled. They are busy just going around the world, you know, wearing clothes of hippies, putting tattoo, and, you know, and they are dancing hop hop, and, you know, it is a boom boom night. And I'm worried about my weeds now, my weeds, to the point now they are legalizing weeds. You know, there's a religion of the weeds now, you know. You see, in the old days, you used to see somebody asking for donation because he have kids, want to feed. Somebody is asking for donation because, you know, like, give me some money. I have son, you want to go to school. I have a daughter, she need hospital. Now, they sit in the ground. And they put a can, and in the front of it, it says, for my weeds. So, my friend, my people, when people they became pervert, the Bible says it clearly, my people were destroyed because of their ignorance. And this has happened to the Jews before. There's no nation is an exception. You leave God, God will leave you. And those nations are going to face a hell of coming time. Because the more and more, every year things is getting worse and worse and worse. They don't know, they don't even know their gender. A man, he don't know if he's what is a man. He don't know they don't even know what is a woman. I mean, can you believe it? We are in a time where people do not know what is a woman. Like, what is a woman? Let me think. I have my definition for that, and nobody can beat me with that. Actually, I can answer this question very. You know, a woman is someone someone like to shopping. Forget about their look now. I cannot talk about look because Democrat and liberals will be upset. I cannot talk about look. I cannot talk about gender, brother. I cannot do that. They will arrest me. So I will say, okay, a woman is someone like to spend a lot of money. She like to have a credit card. Did I say she? No. I can't say she. No, take the word she. It's an insult now. It is he. He like to have a credit card. He like to do shopping. He like to go to the mall. He like to buy makeup. He like to wear high heels. I mean, didn't know even what is women. A woman, she can give birth to a baby, you idiot. Can you? They don't even know what is a woman. So if you say those things 1,000 years ago, people will laugh. You see, human beings supposedly go advanced in thinking and intelligence. It's not happening. What's happening is the opposite. I'm telling you, what's happening is the opposite. A human being became so stupid. They are confused about their gender. They are confused about who they are. You know. Anyway, let us see. I think we have a Muslim trying to call us. Well, I don't know. I have a feeling that this guy is not real, but let us call him. By the way, if you are Abdul and you want to be like funny bully, nobody will hear you. You know, I mute the mic before we go live just to be sure that we are not getting a bully. I will call you when I have a need. Okay. My friend, why you want to call me when you have a need? What need? Somebody told you I'm a grocery store? Okay. Do we have any Muslim? Yeah, maybe I should make a special video about the climate change. Climate change. Let us blame the Jews. You know, anything happened nowadays, anything they blame climate change. And like now they want to spend a lot of money to stop climate change. You idiot. How you can do that? Oh, they want to stop the carbon. And now we will make fake meat. And by doing this, we are going to kill all the cows. You will have a war with the Hindus. They want to kill all the cows because they are doing a lot of fart and that making a lot of methadone, brother. Do you want to go with war and with India, man? You want to kill the cows? Are you sure? Man, Moody will go after you. And now they are making fake beef. It's called what? Hold on. What it's called? I forgot what it's called. And the funny, it's like 5 times more expensive than normal beef. Who's going to buy this stupid beef, which is vegetation? They put like color to it and to make it like beef, and they call it meat now. I mean, a human being is really going nuts, and the beef is not beef, and the pork is not pork, and later women are not women no more. Actually, already they are, you know. I mean, you don't know these days who is a woman, who is not. You know, you look in YouTube, you see like, you know, in Korea, those kids, they are putting lipstick and they are wearing, they have a purse. The guy is a guy. He's a guy. He's not even a gay. And why you are wearing this? I mean, what the point? So they're trying to destroy their own culture. You know, I went to Korea and you will see how the old Korean, the tradition, real men, you know, having their sword, they look so good as men. And now they are turning the nations of a nation of boys. Everybody have lipstick, everybody have a purse, they have, you know, I mean, they want them to make them look like girls. They want to destroy everything right. And who in the world is going to marry a boy? I mean, a woman, she need a man. Yeah, go and watch the old Korean. They used to have a sword. You never heard of sword? The guy asking sword? Sword? Did you say sword? Brother, the Korean in the old days, they used to comb their hair with sword, in case you do not know. Sword. In the heart of Korea and Seoul, there is a palace for the king. So I think I think in the weekend, they have like a tradition to do show for the guard, the king guards, how they used to dress, how you know, you see them, you respect them. You walk in the street, you see boys. Where is the men? They are trying to destroy the culture of this country. And then you will see other countries, thanks to, you know, people these days, they don't have a holy book, they have TikTok, you know, like the holy book of TikTok. Like, where do you learn this? From TikTok. TikTok challenge. Just make TikTok challenge and you will see how people will go crazy. TikTok challenge, you know? Even president, they are stupid. I mean, look, did you hear the challenge of the ice? You put ice in your head? George Bush, Obama. I mean, what's wrong with those people? I think you sent me invitation. I think I did call you, you did not answer. Oh, okay, this is you. Okay, hold on. Why you are sending me invitation? I do not, there's no need for invitation. Let me call you. Hello? Yes, Mr. Ahmed, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. So you are a Muslim, Mr. Ahmed, right?
Yeah.
What is that? What does that mean?
I follow Allah,
Who is Allah?
His messenger.
Who is Allah?
He's God.
I don't ask you. I mean, I know that Muslim, they have God, it means Allah. I'm asking you, who is he? So all what you know about him, that he is God,
He's the
that's
creator.
it? He is the creator. I like that. If there is any other creator in Islam?
No, I mean, no. In Islam, it's only Allah. He's the creator.
So why the Quran says Allah is the best of the creators?
That's only because I think it's like glorification. Like when he says we, he always says we in the book, you know.
So are you saying that Allah is lying? He is just exaggerating, saying he is the best of the creators, but there's no creators?
It's not lying. It's just
is it true then? Is it true?
I heard someone. Yeah, I think it's true because I heard someone. He said in Arabic, it's for like glorification.
How that is a glorification if there is no other creator? How that can be glorification? You see, if I am either I am the best of the creators, or this is a false news, and I am not the best of the creators. So is he the best of the creators or he is not?
I mean, I can like create a chair. I think like he's the
you see, okay,
the best.
okay, I will go with you. So you Allah saying that I asked you who is Allah. You said he is the creator, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, it turned to be now according to you that Allah is the one who created chair.
He willed for his creation, but he didn't directly create it.
No, focus with me. I ask you who is Allah. You said he is the creator. I ask you, Allah, he said that he is the best of the creators. He said, yeah, I can create a chair. I said, so are you saying that Allah, he can create a chair? And when he said that, he said, I am the best creator who can create a chair?
No, but I'm not the best of the creators. The creators in general, you know.
Okay, what general? When Allah he says the best of the creators, was he talking about creating chairs or was he talking about creating a human?
I can create a chair, but he can create a universe, and we're both creators, but he's the best.
You see, in the chat, in the text, I think it's you who said to me, look at the context, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's read the context, can we?
Okay.
Chapter 23, verse number 14. Read it.
Hold on a second. Wait.
I have it for you on the screen. You can look at the screen. Just to mute YouTube so you don't have the two sounds.
Speaker on, okay. Let me get the stream. Then we made the nutfa, this one. Then we made the nutfa into a clot, a piece of thick coagulated blood. Then we made the clot into a little lump of flesh, and then we made out of that little lump of flesh bones, and we clothed the bones with flesh, and then we brought it forth as another creation. So blessed be Allah, the best of creators. Yeah.
Okay. The context is talking about what? About creating blood and flesh and bones, correct?
Yeah, the baby.
Okay. So when Allah he speak about himself being the best of the creators, is he talking about himself as the best who created chair?
No.
Okay. So when I say the best after this sentence, after talking about blood and flesh and bones, and then after that I say I am the best of the creators, that's mean I am the best of the creators who can create those things.
Okay.
Okay, that's mean there's those things, blood and sperm and semen and flesh and bones, is not only created by Allah, created by other creators.
And in your opinion, who are these creators?
You tell me. You are the Muslim, not me. I'm asking you, how in the world the Quran says such a thing, and now you are asking me who are the creators?
If this was an issue, everybody would have left Islam already. I
Well,
don't think
who dare to leave
it's in
Islam?
Arabic,
I don't
really understand Arabic.
You know in the Middle East. What you say?
I don't know Arabic, so like.
No problem, my friend. This is not my business if you know Arabic or not. We are showing you in English, and this is your Muslim translation. But the issue is, if you are saying if the people they see what I see, they will leave Islam. Who said they are not leaving? There's a lot of people leave Islam. Just give them a chance, they will leave. In the Middle East, who dare to leave Islam? If you leave it, you leave it secretly. You know that. So when this
almost
verse,
every verse has we in it when he's talking about himself. He says we.
This is different from we. By the way, why Allah he say we? Go ahead, tell me why.
It's glorification. The Sheikh told
So
me.
you are saying to me, Allah he used we because this is more respect to him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's mean your God Allah, he think that I as a singular is not good, and he like to be we, to be respected. That's mean Allah, he is using fake we to be the glorified I.
Look, I don't know the Arabic, so I wouldn't.
I don't care. Is that your
that.
translation now? Stop, stop
Yeah,
saying,
but
my friend,
you
stop saying
translate
I do not know the Arabic. This is your Islamic website. This is your Quran. This is your Muslim translation. And you are the one who said to me, why Allah use we? You are the one who mentioned it. So I'm asking you now. You said to me that he used we to glorify himself, correct? It's more respect. You agree, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's mean your God Allah, he think that him being singular, one person, is not enough respect. So he used we to be respected more. How in the world that can be true?
I don't know. But this is like such a small topic. Like
no,
if
this is not a small topic. This is a huge topic, my friend. And let us continue reading together. You will see. It says that Allah, he made the nutfa, which is the semen, into a blood, a dead blood. Do you really believe, if there is anyone in the world believe that the semen transform into dead blood?
But you can say that for semen into a human. What do you mean?
No, he is not saying into human. You are the one who says to me to take it in context.
Yeah.
Allah is speaking in details about the creation of the baby, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He did not say we made a nutfa into human. We can be accepted, no problem. But now he is giving you in details the transformation stages. The semen become a thick dead blood. Is that what you learn in school? That semen become dead blood?
Sure, from the bone marrow, blood is made. So I don't think that's an issue.
Hold on, yes, my friend, this is false. I mean, this is true that from the marrow, like there's let's say the manufacture of a blood, but now we don't have bones yet. As you see in the Quran, it says here at the end the bones became bones.
Yeah, but that's just another way. It's not.
What another way? So Allah changed the manufacturer now. Allah said that the nutfa became a dead blood. Dead blood does not grow and will not become anything else. Since when? In which science says that a blood became a flesh, or a blood became a bone, or a blood become a heart, or a blood become a finger, or whatever? Which science says that?
Look, it says thick piece or thick blood.
Our friend,
it's not just
congealed blood. This is dead blood. This is dead blood. When somebody cut his hand, if you cut your hand, God forbid, then if you leave it, if little cut, the blood will cover it, right, and will dry, correct, and will make a cover of like very dark blood, and that is like to give you a chance to stop the bleeding and to heal your body, correct?
Okay.
But this is not what, if you have the blood in your system, you are dead. This is what causes heart attack. A clot, this is what they say, you have a clot. A clot is dead blood go in the in your system all the way to your heart, and one day will block it, and then the blood will not go through to your heart, so you have a clot, or in the brain.
Okay, so you're saying that this is wrong. So what's the can you tell me the stages?
Well, you can go any scientist website and you will see none of those stages true. The semen, and you went to school, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, the semen go to of the man, not nutfa. Here nutfa is a billion of semen. Nutfa, which is a drop of water, according to the Quran, will transform all of it into a dead blood, but this is false. What will happen is one semen, just one, will fertilize the egg. Is that true?
Yeah.
Deliver, and then the semen will die, will deliver the DNA of the man. Is that correct?
Say it again, sorry.
The semen will fertilize and deliver the DNA of the man.
Yeah.
That's it. And then there's no more semen. And then the egg itself is going to multiply the DNA, which is the women have and the man have, and make
No, but
a
it's
baby.
not just the egg. It's the egg and the semen. They're both inside because you have 46 chromosomes, I think.
Doesn't matter.
And
The
it's like
DNA, the DNA from both, no problem. DNA from both, and then the egg is multiply of cells. It's not the semen
and
become.
both.
So as you see, all the stages are wrong, and this is false. So your God failed to tell us how he created the baby. Your God, he is using exaggeration to respect himself, but which means he is not self-confident and he is not satisfied with being one person. And then add to that at the end, he claimed he is the best of the creators, but there is no other creators, which means he is a liar. How that can be God? How many days the sperm can live?
Sorry?
How many days a sperm can live? The sperm of the man inside the woman.
Like after
They have sex. After they have sex, how many days a sperm can live?
I don't know, like
You
3 days.
You can search right now in Google, Prophet Google, peace be upon him. You will see it is 5 days.
Okay, 5 days.
Okay. Your prophet, he claimed that the sperm of man will be collected in his mother belly for 40 days.
I mean, yeah, it stays there, but it like dies. Like, it's not wrong.
My friend, you see, a second ago, we said, I mean, what do you mean stay there? The semen, we just said, how long, I ask you, how long?
Did you say it's a hadith, right? It's a hadith.
Hadith, yeah, so what's wrong with hadith?
Yeah, no, say it again? What was it?
That the semen of the man will be collected inside the women in the belly of the mother for 40 days.
Okay.
What okay? If the semen live for 5 days maximum.
No, he didn't say live. He didn't say live.
What do you mean he didn't say that?
It stays inside. Doesn't mean it's alive or dead.
He didn't say that?
Did he say dead?
Yeah, he said that.
Show me.
It's in front of you.
Wait, hold on. You know, I'm on my phone and I don't have any other way to use, so I'm kind of looking here. Okay. Okay, so where does it say it dies after?
It doesn't say die. This is what we are talking about. I wish it says die. It says you are collected inside your mother belly for 40 nights and 40 days. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what make the baby after that, because the baby stages 40 days as a semen, 40 days as a congealed blood, 40 days as a lump, and then 40 days as a flush, and then 40 days as a bone. You hear me? Hello? Are you with me? He hung up. I don't know if he hung up or he lost connection. I'm not sure. We will call him back. All right, Ahmed, do you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry, I think
All
I
right.
cut out.
Okay, so do you see, read with me, it says, so you are collected in the belly, not the womb. In the hadith in Arabic, it says fi batn. Batn is a belly or a stomach. So you are collected in the stomach of your mother for 40 nights. And other hadith says 40 nights and 40 days. So according to your prophet, when Allah, he created you, he keep sending, like a man, he's having sex every day. So it takes 40 days before the baby is collected, you know, keep collecting. The woman is collecting now semen. And then when she have enough semen, that semen will become a blood and will grow to be a baby. What do you think?
I mean, you just put a lot of your own explanation
I
on
did
that.
not.
I don't think that's
Okay,
what it
give me the
means. Yeah, you
explanation.
did.
Okay, go give me the explanation.
No, I can't give an explanation.
Why
Is this
not?
even Sahih?
You see, my friend, you,
Is this even
if I read it, you say to me my explanation. If I ask you for your explanation, you say I don't want to give explanation. How that work? Don't you have eyes?
I'm not a scholar. I'm not a scholar. It's only scholars.
When your prophet, he spoke to the Muslim at that time, they were scholars.
I mean, yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah. What do you mean?
I don't even know Arabic. You know.
They are ignorant Arab. They don't know anything. What do you mean? Yeah. Who is a scholar at that time?
Didn't most of the science come from the Arabs, anyways?
Oh,
most of the
really? Like what? Like what?
Like the camera. That's
the camera came from the Arab.
Medicine from Ibn Sina.
Ibn Sina was a Muslim?
I don't think so, but like it doesn't really matter. It's from Arabs.
My friend, forget about now the Arab and the scientist. Was your God scientist?
What do you mean?
Well, we are talking about Allah, and we are telling me about Arab and scientists. That's really weird. Is Allah is the best of the scientists too? Because this is science. What Allah is saying here, Muhammad is speaking in the mouth of Allah. Allah told him this. Muhammad did not go to school, correct?
Okay.
Okay, so Muhammad is speaking as a messenger of God, and this is science. So now Allah is the best of the scientists. So how in the world the best of the scientists he says such a thing?
I mean, I still don't see what's wrong with it. It's like if he said it's alive for 40 days, then okay, I see where he's wrong. But
okay,
like it says
we ask. I said to you, if you go right now to search in Google, how long does the sperm live? Right?
Yeah.
It says 5 days according to Google. I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
Okay. So how long the semen is alive in the belly of the mother according to your prophet?
Alive?
Yes. What is it's dead now?
He doesn't say alive, but he says inside the womb 40 days. Yeah.
So it is dead now in the coffin 40 days?
Look, you know what I think this is? I think it's where the egg and the sperm hasn't fertilized yet. It takes 40 days. And then the sperm changes from a sperm to what was it? The blood.
Well, this is not true. You know, we can go right now to any scientist website, have nothing to do with Christianity or Islam, and you know the fertilization will take you know a few minutes, actually, not a few years, you know, or 40 days. What are you talking about?
Look, listen, both of us don't know
the semen will swim. The semen will swim, and the second it arrives to the egg, it doesn't take 10 years to arrive. 40 days. Why? It's going to the Himalaya. 40 days. The women, she after she have sex. 40 days after, my friend. The women after she have sex. 40 days after that, already she have a baby. What are you talking about? You know, 40 days already the baby. You know, like things start to develop. Not a semen. It's not a semen.
Oh,
and
it's
one
only
egg.
1 month in.
Huh?
It's not even an embryo. 1 month in.
Well, let us go. Okay. So what is when the embryo will start?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
How you say that it's not in 1 month?
I don't think it's in 1 month. I'm not too sure though.
Okay, hold on. You see, you just got your prophet busted. Because according to your prophet, every stage of those is 40 days. What do you think?
Every stage?
Every stage of the baby is 40 days. Let us go to the hadith.
How many
and
stages are there?
And I will show you authentic one.
How many stages are there?
Okay, we will see. There you go.
Because you said if there's 4 stages and 40 days, so that's
Okay, hold
160 days.
Let us see what your prophet said.
Less than 9 months. That's not possible.
Let us see what will happen, and then he can be the judge. No problem. All right. Read with me this hadith. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Start reading.
Okay. Is this Sahih, right?
We will see if it's sahih later.
Okay, no problem. Where is it? Is a messenger of Allah the truthful and the receiver of truth informed us, saying the creation of humans gathered in the form of semen in the womb 40 days and becomes a clinging thing in similar period, lump of flesh and Okay, so how many stages are there?
As he said, whatever they are, 40 days, 40 days, 40 days. But look what you just said. You said to me, he is not even an embryo in the first month, right? Okay. Your prophet saying he is a semen. Now the baby is a semen in the form of semen for 40 days, and then he will become a congealed blood for 40 days, and then he will become a lump of a flesh for 40 days, and then we have a baby. So the total creation of a baby in Islam is how many days? Look, 40 for semen, 40 for the blood, you know, that became a clot, and then 40 became a lump of a flesh. And then Allah, he sent the angel to write your destiny. What is the total?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
120 days. And if we put this one next to the other one, now we understand better what Muhammad he mean by saying that you are collected as a semen for 40 days inside your mother womb. So this is not a dead semen. This is a semen, and then the semen will become.
Okay, yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah, but this is mean Allah is wrong, because there's nowhere any scientist will agree with such a madness. How Muhammad he says such a thing? I mean, this is really. What do you think? You can open right now. Listen, you don't have to accept. You don't have to accept. You don't have to. I advise you, Muhammad. You don't have to accept a word I say to you. After we finish today, you can go open and study until the morning. Open all atheist website, not a Christian website. Site have nothing to do with the Christianity or Islam or religion, just doctors. Open actually even Muslim doctors, no problem. And see how the baby is created. This is silly. This is not true. And you yourself, you said doesn't make sense.
You didn't tell me if this is Sahih or not.
Here we go. It is Sahih, my friend. This is Al-Bukhari and Muslim. Do you see it?
Hold on 1 second. Stream is lagging.
This hadith can be found in Al-Bukhari and Muslim and in the book of Riyadh al-Salihin too. So you have 3 shots in one. Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, and Riyadh al-Salihin. So what we will do now?
I mean, I don't really know anything about it. I'll just have to look into it.
All right. You know, I will give you another opportunity. So we, you know, obviously Muhammad can't be a prophet. I mean, his God is the best of the creators, and yet there's no other creators. That means he's lying. If I say, I am the best student, and I am the only one in the classroom, that means I'm lying. Either I am the best of the student, or I'm not. Now,
No, no, no. I was told it's an Arabic. It's an Arabic like
My
way
friend,
of.
I am an Arab. What in Arabic? Al-Khaliqeen as al-Khaliqeen is a plural. When you say
Okay,
you are
but
the
then if
best,
that's the case, everyone reads the Quran. Everyone would have left Islam in the Middle East then.
who said they are not?
No, not you. What do you mean?
Well, go to Al Jazeera TV right now and search 16,000 Muslims leaving Islam a day, every day. Al Jazeera TV. This is a terrorist TV.
Yeah, but there's like billions, or not billions. There's a billion.
Doesn't
and a
matter.
billion.
16,000 a day. A day.
What about Christianity? Is the same number or is it more or less?
You know, you Muslims are saying that in the same program, you said that now the Christians became hundreds of millions of Africa when Africa used to be Muslims. You are crying, not me. It's you Muslim crying in the same program of Jazeera, speaking about how the Christians taken over Africa when this is used to be majority Muslims. So now I'm asking you, and you know, my friend, even numbers doesn't make any difference. You know, China is the country of communists. Does that mean they are right?
No.
Okay, so what numbers? We are more than Muslims anyway. Does that mean we are right and you are wrong? What numbers have to do
No,
with this?
that's not what I meant. I was just saying it's just an insignificant number.
No. You see, the numbers mean nothing except stupidity. Because if I believe there's a God, and this God, if I believe in him, he will make my private part in this, it's mean I'm mentally ill. If I believe in God, and this God, he have a prophet. Listen, do you believe in magic?
Yeah.
What magic is?
It's something that Rasulullah, he said like it's existed, so you have to believe it.
What it is?
It's like curses, you know.
What?
They take your hair.
Tell me what magic does. Give me an example.
I don't know. I could like, if I take your hair and then be like, oh, I want him to and his life not to be good, you know, to get like divorced. I go to a magician and you know, I give him your hair.
Okay, thank God. Thank God. You know, all my friends are bald. The only one who did not lose his wife is the bald one. So listen, if somebody take hair from your head, he can control you by using your hair, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Who is the one who started this business of hair controlling?
I don't know.
Is that Shaitan?
I don't know.
Is it evil? Is black magic evil?
Black magic?
Yeah.
Black magic, yeah, it's definitely evil.
Well, this
Black
is
magic.
there's no black magic and white magic and green magic. Black magic is a black magic. So is it evil?
No, but there's some magic that I think is not, you know, harmful.
Like what?
Like to change your luck, to have better luck. That's, you can get magicians to do that. Or if you want to fall in love with
I thought you Muslim believe in destiny and nobody can change your destiny.
No, but that's already part of your destiny. You know, Allah knows that you're going to go to a magician.
How
That's
he
part
is
of-
changing your luck if he is already made your destiny? That's mean the magician did not do anything. It was Allah. So let us think about it. So Allah, he wrote for you that you will go to a magician, and then the magician, he will make to you, he will say to you, shabu, 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 and then by saying that, he changed your luck, correct?
Yep.
So is it Allah who changed your luck or the shabu guy?
Okay, I can give you something similar. If I do a prayer to someone,
Yeah.
and they're sick, and
Okay.
I do prayer, and they get healthy from my prayer.
Okay. Is that a magic? What does that have to do with magic? This is a prayer.
That's not magic, but it still changed an outcome from destiny.
No. You see,
Yes, it did.
I'm talking about no. You see, Muslims are really weird. Okay, I will go with you. So if you by your prayer can change the destiny of a person, that means destiny does not exist.
No, it does, but it's all encompassing. It takes that into consideration.
Okay, so
It calculates based on that.
so if you pray to Allah,
Mhm.
Allah will change your destiny because you prayed.
It was always the same.
Okay, so what the prayer would do?
No. Look, it's part of your destiny that you will pray.
Ah,
You haven't changed your destiny.
But that's mean you did not even pray. That mean what Allah he forced you to pray. So what the point of this prayer? That's mean you are the believer.
No. He
Oh.
didn't force. He willed it. He willed. He knew it was going to
He
happen.
willed it. No,
He's
no, no.
all
He willed it. He wrote it for you. You do it. Do you do what Allah
Yeah.
He say by destiny, or you choose to do your own destiny?
Okay, so you're saying that God doesn't know, or sorry, Allah
I'm not
doesn't
talking
know
about. I'm not
what
talking about knowing now. We showed you that Allah do not know anything, because if He knew, He would know how the baby is
the
made.
destiny is
No.
basically God's knowledge
Okay.
of the
Can
future.
you
That's what it.
continue read the hadith we are reading now? Just read it, and you will see you are wrong. Here we
Hold
go.
on 1 second.
We stop here. It says, then it become a lump of flesh like that, and then Allah will send an angel who breathe into it. The angel is commanded to record 4 things about it: provision, its term of life in the world, his conduct, and whether he will be happy or miserable. One by one, beside whom there is no true God, verily one of you. Read carefully. I want you to continue reading here, and you will see the madness. Continue reading this part.
Verily, one of you who performed the actions of the dwellers of Jannah until there is only 1 cubit between him and it. Wait, hold on. Can you scroll down or? No, okay, it's just slow. Where am I? 1 cubit between him and it, when what is foreordained would come to pass, and he would perform the actions of the inmates of hell until he enters and would perform the actions of the inmates. Yeah, okay, what does this all mean?
What does that mean? It's mean you are acting as the people of heaven, and then what Allah wrote for you will take over, and you will go to hell. What does that mean?
Hold on. I don't understand it. To be honest.
No, you understand it. Come on. You are acting as the people of heaven, and then what Allah wrote for you will win and will take over, and you will go to hell, because Allah will force you to act like people of hell, and then you go to hell.
No, I don't think that's what it is. No.
It's in front of you. Okay, read it and explain it to me. Go
Because
ahead.
humans have free will.
My friend,
That's
where is
one
the
in it.
free will? Read carefully. And now he continues saying, and one of you would perform the action of inmate of hell, bad person, until there is only 1 cubit between him and hell. Then he would perform the act of doer of Jannah until he enter it. So what Allah wrote.
It's not forcing. That's not forcing.
What not forcing? Okay, you are acting like people of hell. Who is the one who made you act suddenly like the people of heaven and you go to heaven?
Your own free will.
No,
I don't know why you're
no.
God.
It says what Allah, read. My friend, do you know how to read?
Yeah.
Okay. When Allah, He says, He write for you, either you will be happy or not. Your provision, your conduct, which means your deeds, everything is a destiny. And then He says,
You have Calvinists who do the same thing. Are they all wrong?
what Calvinists? There's nothing. What Calvinists? Calvinists does not mean, they don't believe that this is destiny. The Calvinists believe that if I made a sin, I will go and pay for it. I have to be punished for a certain time. Like you go to jail for 20 years, maybe. No, my friend. We are Christians, and we believe in free will. This has nothing to do with the free will. That your prophet here is saying that you are not the one in control. Correct? Let us make it more clear for you. Maybe this hadith is not enough for you. Okay.
No, I don't think you understand. You are in control, but Allah knows.
No, my friend, you don't know. First of all, you do not know. Allah knows nothing, as you see. And let us show you here another hadith. Give me a second here. Just to make it clear for you, maybe you are confused with the first one, so we will help you.
Okay.
In this hadith here, it says the same thing. This is a different report. Actually, this is the same hadith here, but you see where is the word? It says فيسبق عليه الكتاب Okay. Yeah, the translation is really false. In Arabic, it says, فَيَسْبِقُ عَلَيْهِ الْكِتَابِ, which means what Allah wrote for him. So just to show you how Muslims, they change translations, just to cover things up. Let us go and search for more. All right.
I mean, you can just translate it for me.
No, no problem. Hold on. And then, okay. Here we go. This is even better. So then it says here, after Allah, He breathed the soul into you, which is wrong creation as we showed, and He write your deed. And then, so the man may do the deeds, which deeds of people of hell, fire, so much so that he is only a distance of one cubit, between him and it, which means the hell. And then what has been written by the angel suppresses. Do you see the word suppresses? You said to me, he don't force you.
It's not suppresses, it surpasses.
Suppresses. Excuse my English. I'm not good in English.
It's different. Suppresses means it's overtaking. Surpasses
exactly. What is going to overtake?
No, but it's not the way you're thinking of it.
Okay, then tell me how you think. Tell me how you think. Okay, it says suppresses, and you said to me it overtake. You are the one who translate. Wonderful.
Yeah. No, but it's the difference between suppresses and surpasses to overtake. Suppresses to,
No problem, my friend. Surpasses. As you said, you are correct. Now you said it mean what? What surpasses mean?
Okay, so if I have good deeds and I have bad deeds,
no, what surprises mean? What surprises mean? Before we continue, what this word means? Surprises mean. Surprises. Yeah.
To go ahead of.
Go ahead.
To go over, to be more than.
So it doesn't mean take over.
Surpass, in a sense, yeah.
No, don't tell me a sense. I want the meaning.
I have to be, look, I'm not Oxford Dictionary. I don't really know.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, so it take over. So now you lost your power, and then he started doing the deeds, which categorize.
Why do you assume he lose power?
Huh?
Why do you assume he lose power?
Because now he changed. He is doing the work of hellfire, and then what is written by Allah, by the angel, will take over.
Okay, can I get? Okay, let me do a realistic view of this. So let's say I'm a good guy. And at the end, I become evil, but from my own free will.
There's no free will, as you see, what Allah wrote for you, my friend. Okay, I will go. Listen. Okay, it says here, and what is written by the angel, what that will do?
Surpasses, yeah.
Okay, and what that will do?
Yeah. If you're doing wrong, then you do good.
No, my friend. What is written by the angels, what will do? Will change the direction of the course of the man action. He was doing the act of people of hell, correct?
It's not because the angel wrote it down. It's because
it says that it's in front of you, my friend. What's wrong with you? Come on. Okay, let me show you another translation. So let us play this game. You want to play games? Let's play games. Okay. We continue. Here we go. So Allah decide for you if you are going to be miserable or not, happy or not. He will write for you even the deeds. Does it say here that what Allah He wrote for you, the same story, a cubit between him, and then what is decreed will overcome him? Are you going to play now the word with surprises? This is the Muslim translation, and I am an Arab. I read Arabic.
You're misunderstanding the concept of qadar.
It says the degree will overcome him.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay. What the decree of Allah mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean you know? Suddenly you don't know English now?
The decree of Allah?
Yeah. Suddenly a Muslim, guys, you do not know what the decree of Allah means.
The decree of Allah is basically what's written for him.
What?
The decree of Allah, the decree is his choice.
Exactly, his destiny, what he wrote for you, the destiny, decree, it's a destiny, it's fate. Suddenly you do not know Arabic now, you don't know English now. Decree is your fate. So what Allah He wrote for you will overcome. I said to you, it's overcome. You said, no, where you get this? It says suppresses, doesn't mean it says exceed. So here we go. This is your Muslim website. This is the same story. Will overcome him. So he will do the deeds of those who will go to hell, and he enter it. So at the end of the day in Islam, it's not you who choose to pray or not. Islam is a stupid religion. It's what Allah He wrote for you will overcome. It's in front of you. You want to deny? You are just just lying to yourself, my friend.
It's a byproduct. It's not actually because of it.
It says that. It says, and then, my friend, it's in front of you. Do you know how to read? It says, okay, read with me then. Okay, so it says here, will do the deeds of those who go to paradise, so that there will be only one cubit between him and it, which means the paradise, almost there. Then surprise, then what is decreed will overcome him. Overcome him. The decreed is a decision made by who?
Allah.
Exactly. Will overcome who?
The slave, obviously.
Exactly. And he will start acting like what?
It's not affecting his free will. His free will is already always...
I'm wasting you my time. You are just being a kid now. Take care. And people, they say to me, you have to be more patient. I mean, I don't know. I want to do nursing. What is left? It's obvious. You want to play games? You want to play dumb now? It's in the front of you. So Islam simply is a stupid cult. Very stupid. Because now you pray, you do Hajj, you do everything is a destiny. It's already written where you will go. It doesn't matter what you do. So what's the point of this cult? When you lie, Muslims, you lie about you lie to yourself, not to me. I'm laughing. Everybody is listening, is laughing at your lies. It says it clearly. First, you claim that suppresses. Oh, it doesn't make overcome. It's not forcing him. It's forcing him. You want to play. But we know at the end of the day, we are making victory and people leave in Islam. And we pray that you will see the truth and the truth will set you free, my friend. This is stupid religion. What's the point? I pray, I don't pray. I convert to Islam, I don't convert. It's what Allah wrote for me before He created me. So what's the point of this religion? There's no point. Go have sex, go and be a criminal, go and kill, go cheat, go do whatever you want. Because at the end of the day, as you see, the guy is doing the act of hellfire all his life. Then what written by Allah will take over and he will go to heaven. That's fun. Do you see it? How stupid this garbage cult is. There's no point of it. Because you do, you don't do, you convert, you don't convert, you say Shahada, you don't say Shahada, you pray, you don't pray. It's what Allah wrote for you already. Based on your luck, it's a game. You don't know your luck. So this God, you do not know how the baby is made. You do not know where the sun set. You do not know where the sun rise. He speak about Gog and Magog. They are hiding. By the way, I saw. Hold on. By the way, guys, I have to be honest with you. Today, I saw someone from Gog and Magog. And I could not believe it. I said to myself, I start like looking at my eyes and look at the mirror, and I was saying, this can't be true. I mean, we are trying always to prove that Allah is a liar and Muhammad is a liar, and then people on Gog and Magog, they appear in my screen. What we will say to the Muslims now? What we will say to the holes in the narrative? Yes, or Qadhi? Those Christians, they keep saying, where is Gog and Magog? How come we cannot see them? Are you blind? I even saw them kissing. You cannot be evil more than this. So now all those Christians, atheists, whatever, Hindus, Buddhas, you've been refuted. And look, they are giving finger. Look, do you see the finger? What do you want more? Brothers, sisters, those Christians, they are not going to believe. Doesn't matter what you do. Even if you show them Gog and Magog and real, as you see. And by the way, the reason we did not say Gog and Magog for all this time because they were wearing a mask. But as soon they took the mask off, we start seeing them. So I think we understood the Quran wrong, as Ahmed keeps saying. It is not a dam, it was a mask. It was a dam mask. Not a real dam, as the Quran say. And those Christians, there is no Gog and Magog. I changed it to show me Gog and Magog. And you know, the poor Yasser Qadhi is trying to find Gog and Magog. And you know, here we go, we got you busted. Why people, they are not seeing the truth? You know? What's wrong with people? Very disgusting, you know? Gog and Magog. Zulkarnain, he found people who they are very evil. And then the people who said to him, Zulkarnain, which means the guy with the two horns. I thought this will fit perfectly with Joe Biden. But anyway, so brother, this story is another confirmation that Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet. Look at this. They said, oh, Zulkarnain, the Gog and Magog, between two bracket people. What the heck? They become people now? Are they going to vote for us, with us in the coming election? Well, Democrat, they upset anybody to vote, don't worry. Do great mischievement on earth. Shall we then render thee tribute in order the highest erect? This is a heavy word for me. Erect? What the heck is this? A barrier? Who's the translator of this? Let me see who the translator. Yusuf Ali. You see, Yasir Qadhi, he said, this guy, he did not even know Arabic, but yet he translated the Quran. Unbelievable. Okay, hold on. Let us see different translation. Unbelievable, man. Gog and Magog. Shall then we pay you tribute? My friend, nothing for free. Even Zulkarnain, you have to pay him. Allah send him, still you have to pay him. We will pay you tribute in order you might erect. I thought I got rid of the first translation because there is an erect there. And now it's following me. Like, what's wrong with this word? A barrier between us and them. Have you ever heard of a religion believe that if we build up wall between us and other people, they cannot come to us forever until judgment day? Did Zulkarnain split the earth to pieces? I don't know. I don't know. I have to blame the Jews in this one. Yes, by the way, the Jews, they came to Muhammad. They told him, tell us about Prophet Zulkarnain. The stupid Muhammad, they believe him that he's a prophet. Actually, there's a hadith I don't know what to say about this guy. The hadith says that Prophet Muhammad is a man. Anything we say to him, he believes in it. Imagine they are making fun of him. They are saying, let me find it for you. Let us see. I cannot find the hadith in English. Well, let us find it in Arabic and use Google translation then. This is the interpretation of the Quran, the chapter of At-Tawbah. What a great prophet, man. What an amazing prophet. Let us see which let us see here. Okay, this is at tafsir.com. Let us see here. I will search for it. All right. This is tafsir who? Al-Muyassar or Al-Muyassar. So this is At-Tawbah, chapter 9, verse number 58. You go all the way to the end of the page, number 61. I will give you the link. It says that the munafiqeen, the bad ones, brother, they said, look at Muhammad. Those munafiqeen, they heard the Prophet by saying, he listened to what he hear and he believe it. And then, inna Muhammadan huwa udhn, he is an ear. He's an ear. They call him an ear, which means it's like, you know, this is an insult. He is an ear. He have no brain. Whatever you say to him, he take it, he accept it, he add it to his book. Inna Muhammadan huwa udhnun tastami'u li kulli khabar yu'minu billahi wa yusaddiqu al-mu'minina bima yukhbirunahu. He is just an ear. Whatever people, he believe in every news he hear. Let's go use Google translation. The hypocrite, they insult him, saying that the Prophet, peace be upon him, he is an ear, you know, he accept any word, translation is not coming good. It's said to him, and he believe in it. And then he added in the Quran. The guy is literally an ear. So they come to him, they said, tell us about Zulqarnain, Prophet Zulqarnain. Muhammad, he believed it, that he's a prophet. He went, he asked, he listened. People, they said to him, who is Zulqarnain? And this is a story written by somebody from Syria. It's a fiction story. Exists long before Muhammad. About Alexander the Great, who used to wear a hat, a Roman hat, for war, with a two horn. This guy is a pagan. Suddenly he became a prophet. He became a Muslim. Allah sent him. I mean, the guy is even bisexual, which means he sleep with men and women. Even men, they do boom boom to him. Even this guy, Muhammad, made him a prophet. So he went to the end of the world and he found Gog and Magog, and then he built a dam, and now those Gog and Magog, they are digging a hole. My friend, Islam is a hole. Either you take the hole as it is, and this hole will suck you like a black hole in the galaxy, and you will go to hell. Muhammad is an earring. He's an ear, sorry, not an earring. He is an ear. Ear, buddy. What kind of religion this religion is? Huh? What the heck is that? And actually, the funny is, even the Quran confirmed that Muhammad is an ear. I mean, can you believe it? Stupidity is going so far. Yes, he is an ear. What's your problem? Huh? He is an ear. I'm looking into a translation. Here we go. Do you see it? This is Quran now. This is not Hadith. This is chapter 9, verse number 61. Prophet Muhammad is an ear. Literally an ear. People, they were laughing at him. This guy, whatever people, they say to him, he put it in the Quran. You say to him, Mickey Mouse is a prophet. They said to him that the lizard he burned, he blew the fire at Abraham, he make it a true story. So maybe if you want from now on, just a reminder, you know, just say Prophet Muhammad is an ear. But remember, in the future, if somebody asks you, where will you find it? Anyone remember? Where will you find this proof that Muhammad was an ear? Anyone remember? Give me the number, come on. You guys, you don't have ears too? You are not ears. Let us see how Prophet Muhammad looked like. Unbelievable. I don't know how I can do those things. I mean, I was the best of the creators. Here we go. I just created an ear. What kind of ear is that? Weird, like the Prophet. So, in the future, if a Muslim, he want to say something to you about Muhammad the Amazing, tell him, Abdul, come on. Even your God, Allah, he agree that yes, he is an ear. And look, this is ear for every news. What every news? They are making fun of him that he is adding things. Whatever he hear, he make it Quran. I can do better with nose. I don't know why Muhammad is not a nose. Hold on. Look. Here there's a hole. Here there's a mouth. And the reason the thing here is not straight, like not nice, because this person, he is like Joe Biden, he was coming from the airplane and he fell down. And since then his chin is not right, you know, and he's trying to wear his jacket. This is Joe Biden after he went to Thailand and they made the plastic surgery for him. Subhanallah. And this is the ears of Prophet Muhammad. What the heck is that? Ears. And the funny, Muhammad, he did not even say, no, I'm not. He agreed. Like, what the problem? Anything you say, I believe I put it in the Quran. A Jewish guy, he said to him, hey, Prophet, tell us what is the first meal when we enter heaven. They are making fun of him. And then after he said to them what he said, they said, this is, you're told the truth. You are a prophet. Oh boy. Anyway, I hope, did we have a good time, guys? And sorry that today we did not have those who claim to can debate me. As you see, you know, they run away. They are cowards. And for me, we're waiting for them. And first they made an excuse to change the title. We changed it. I changed it twice, actually. And then the first one, he ran away. They start calling the second one, the third one. Nobody want to show up. So what we can do? Things happen, my friend. If you in the future want to bring somebody to debate me, don't tell him that his name is a Christian prince. Just tell him, actually don't even give him my Skype. He can call me, let him to wait, call me, and call him to join the call. This way he will not even know he's calling who. And then after he is live, if you run, that will be a, problem for him. So I want to say thank you guys for being here. I hope you have a good time. And we praise the Lord that we are in the right side. We are following the amazing Messiah, not the silly Muhammad and the stupid religion of this cult, pagan, black stone kissing religion. We don't want God who want to give us versions. Women are human. Women are not sex toys. And women are not made to be used and abused. The heaven of Allah is all of it is about abuse. It's a man-made religion to seduce the man so he can go to hell. Always ask yourself, if God in Islam is true, do he need to tempt me by sex and hundreds or thousands of women to be in my bed? This is Satan. You do not need to be genius. When God created Adam, he created for him one Eve. If one Eve will not be enough for a man, then there's no women can be enough for Adam. So if the beginning of man in heaven was one woman, one man, why the end will be one man and thousand of women, and their description is very weird. Marriage is about love, not about lust. Otherwise, why people get married anyway? If it's lawful for me to have 4 in the same time in one bed or 4 beds, so what is cheating and what is wrong and what is right? And what is enough? And then I can divorce them second day if I want, or even the same day, and replace them with a new 4. So in the appearance there is a limit, but in fact there is no limit. If you have money, you divorce, you marry, divorce, your money every day. Marriage is not even a marriage in Islam, it's a sex contract. This is why I say to you, if you are a female, never be a foolish and marry a Muslim. For him, you are just a chick holder. The chicken give eggs, sit on them, give him babies, and when he is horny, he jump on her, and when he is hungry, she cook for him. He will have 4 like you. And if you say, my husband, he don't have 4, wait until he go back to his country and he marry from your behind. If he cannot have 4, because in this country they don't allow him, but in his country, he is more than welcome to have 4. Islam is ugly, disgusting, inhuman. Far away from humanity, it focuses in your animal orgasm, organs, penis, food, money, gold. Your house in heaven will be a brick of gold, brick of silver, and then you ask yourself, are we in heaven, or in what we are in a Beverly Hell, where the people of hell live? What is the value of gold and silver in heaven? And who cares for a house of gold? The most beautiful house for me is those, they make them from trees. They are so beautiful. What gold? If you really like to live in a house made of gold, you are sick. That means you are greedy. That means you lost your humanity. God has nothing to do with those promises. All what God is doing is to make us go back to our humanity and to forget about our greed. Islam make you greedy. You want to be more rich. Even Muhammad, he promised them that the lowest in the heaven, he will be 10 times rich more than any king. Actually, some hadith, they multiply to the point he will become like 100 times more rich than any king in this earth. And then you ask yourself, why God will promise me to be rich? When we go, and I advise you, when you wake up in the morning, pray to the Lord to provide you your needs, because you do not need more. This is why when the Lord, they ask him how to pray, he speak about praying. Thank your Lord, our Father out of heaven, for giving us the bread, not the gold, not the silver. We are thankful for the bread, because that is our need. The gold and the silver is for the greedy, is for Satan. Every one of us dream to get rich and wealthy. But trust me, the second you become really wealthy, you lose God. Because your wealth will kill your heart. Because wealth will tempt you. Because wealth will make you feel powerful. Pray to have your needs. You have little food, you and your family, plus the food, and say, thank you, Lord, for having beautiful things around me. Thank you, Lord, for having a roof. Because one day I will be in a grave, and all the gold and silver Muhammad is speaking of is a lie. The holy house of God is not a pimp house. And Muhammad, God, is a pimp. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. This is your brother Christian Prince, was serving you for today humbly. And I hope I did good helping you to understand. Thank you. God bless you. And see you soon again. Take care.
But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
The Quran is mentioned. If this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him,